and welcome to the Balancing Act Los Angeles edition. I'm Montel Williams. We're bringing you community stories and introducing you to businesses and people who are making a difference. So let's see who's making a difference right here in your neighborhood.
On this episode of The Balancing Act, a nonprofit offering wheelchair donations for those in need, promoting healthy communities with vector control, a unique approach to permanent hair removal, plus lots more. Today on The Balancing Act.
The local community does so much good work for those in need. Take a look at this.
Did you know that there are an estimated 80 million people in the world in need of a wheelchair? Sadly, only a small portion of those people actually have access to one, leading to social isolation and economic hardship. One organization is working to change that. Joni and Friends has been proudly serving individuals and families living with disabilities for more than 45 years. But this ministry grew out of an unthinkable tragedy.
I was 17 years old and I went to the Chesapeake Bay for a swim with my sister before both of us headed off to college. Did not check the depth of the water, dove from a raft, hit a sandbar, and I crunched my fourth cervical vertebrae, which immediately left me paralyzed or quadriplegic. Over the months when I was in the hospital trying to absorb that now I'm paralyzed, I fell into a deep depression. We all go through times where we think, I can't do this. I have no strength for this. How am I going to make it? And it took a long time for me to find answers to those questions. But I can say that the Bible and my relationship with Jesus Christ has made all the difference in the world. My family was struggling, to be sure. And so when I went through rehab, I decided that I wanted to do something to help other families like mine. And so I started Joni and Friends in 1979. And we are a global outreach that provides everything a family with a disability might need to just be successful in life. When a family has a child with multiple disabilities, it can be so isolating. People have misconceptions about individuals with intellectual disabilities. People think that this young person can't engage spiritually. The Bible says that God's Spirit witnesses with man's spirit. I served on the National Council on Disability when our council drafted the first Americans with Disabilities Act. We've seen incredible advancements for people with disabilities, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And that's where our ministry at Joni and Friends comes in. We've got lots of programs to help families stay connected and be resourced.
Having a daughter with disability has really strengthened my resolve to be a voice for the voiceless. I needed some other people who understood, who had compassion, who got my story, and who could offer me the support that I needed. I became a volunteer, and eventually I became a staff member, and I've been serving on Joni's staff now for over 14 years. This ministry has been a lifeline for me.
Having served nearly 90,000 individuals with disabilities and their families through their retreats and getaways, Joni and Friends offers practical help and gospel hope for families living with disabilities.
Well, in today's day and age, as government programs continue to step aside, there's a greater need for not-for-profits, especially Christian not-for-profits, to step in and provide those services. And I believe that is a core function of what Joni and Friends can do. Some of the programs we do are family retreats, Wheels for the World, Joni's House programs that serve the four domains of life: spiritual, physical, social, and economic. Short-term programs here in the U.S. for volunteers, interns, radio programs. Wheels for the World is an amazing program. What we do is we collect wheelchairs here in the United States that are destined for the dump. These wheelchairs get retrofitted at one of our 15 prison restoration centers back to a like-new condition. We package them up, we ship them all over the world to people that could never afford a wheelchair or have never had access to a wheelchair. I went on a Wheels for the World trip to Cuba. During our time there, this gentleman who watched us serve these families and watched us pray and just come together in the morning and throughout the day, each day he stepped 1 or 2 steps closer to us. And by the last day, he had joined our prayer circle and admitted that he wanted to know more about who Jesus was.
If you're not connected to Joni and Friends yet, what are you waiting for? Get involved. You'll never regret that. It will be the slice of heaven that everyone says it is.
You can do all things through Christ. And this is the hope-filled message that we give hundreds of thousands of people with disabilities all around the world. and I love it. I want people to get involved. They can pray, they can volunteer, they can give financially to assist us in reaching the world's disabled with God's love.
For more information on Joni and Friends, visit their website, joniandfriends.org, or you can see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Take a look at what's coming up next.
Mosquito-borne diseases are a serious threat, especially in regions like Los Angeles County, where warm weather can create ideal conditions for mosquito breeding.
Biologically speaking, a vector is something that moves something from here to there. So the mosquito moves the virus from one host to the next. Mosquito-borne diseases are a serious threat worldwide. For Los Angeles County in particular, we have St. Louis encephalitis. We have West Nile virus cases every year. There is ecosystems where if the ground is frozen much of the year and then during the summer everything melts and there's a lot of water, then mosquitoes become a food source that is fairly reliable and abundant. However, in a city ecosystem like Los Angeles, they're not a reliable food source.
The Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District, GLA-CVCD, plays a crucial role in monitoring and controlling mosquito populations to counter the spread of these diseases.
Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District is a special district. We are funded through an assessment that gets put onto the tax roll when people pay their property taxes. Residents in our jurisdiction pay $18.97 annually. When we talk about protecting public health in a larger area, an agency like ours is in a much better position to accomplish this than would be a private pest control company.
We protect the communities that we serve by applying mosquito control measures to reduce the number of mosquitoes that are present, as well as minimizing the risk for the transmission of mosquito-borne disease. We apply this integrated vector management approach. The three main components are surveillance, control, and community outreach. Our surveillance technicians set over 200 mosquito traps throughout our service area twice a month. When those mosquito traps are brought back to the lab, we will sort them under the microscope by sex, by species, and send all of our samples to the DART lab for testing for a variety of diseases. Mosquito control is a shared responsibility. What we ask of our residents is that they be vigilant around their homes, making sure that they're not creating opportunities for mosquitoes to breed in standing water. To call us, we're here to help.
We have various ways of responding to outbreaks of vector-borne diseases. We always really focus in on the area where we have the case reported. We will go door to door through the whole neighborhood, eliminate all the mosquito sources that we can, deliver adult control to reduce the risk of the diseases being picked up by local mosquitoes and transmitted. The most recent thing that we're looking into now is this technology called sterile insect technology. You sterilize a male mosquito and they can mate with the females in the wild, and it results in no offspring. We really have evolved. When we first started in the early 1900s, we used a lot of very broadly toxic things. Now we are especially excited that we are going towards this SIT project because that's really completely pesticide-free and ecologically sustainable.
Keeping the residents of the community involved and informed so they can help to reduce breeding sources on their property.
Standing water contributes to mosquito breeding by creating that ideal environment for the mosquitoes to lay their eggs. The district educates residents about methods through a number of different ways. Starting with our website and our social media, we are meeting residents where they are. We are showing up at those city council meetings, at farmers markets. We have pop-ups that we attend, sending mailers. We do door-to-door hangers. We make ourselves available on site. And last but not least is our education program. The Resident Toolkit is basically a department on our website where we give residents typical breeding sources around their home that they can check off and make sure that they are not harboring standing water. We include students into the mosquito and vector control conversation by including our education program. Educating these future leaders will help translate that message to their parents, siblings, and neighbors.
Staying vigilant can make a big difference. Together, Los Angeles County communities can stop the bite and fight the disease spread.
We're going to continue to be good stewards to the environment. We're going to continue to innovate, and in the process, trying to protect human life.
For more information about Greater Los Angeles County Vector Control District, visit their website at glamosquito.org. Or you can see this segment again on thebalancingact.com.
If we look good, we feel good. Our next story shows just how easy that can be.
Have you ever wondered if there's really a hair removal method that delivers permanent results? From shaving and waxing to lasers and everything in between. There are a variety of ways to be hair-free, but there is only one method that actually delivers permanent results. Let's meet Alana Zurich from Beverly Hills Hair Free, who's here to tell you about this innovative form of permanent hair removal that may just be the best solution for you.
The public generally relies on waxing, threading, shaving, or laser hair removal. But if you're not a laser candidate or you don't want temporary methods, your option is multi-probe galvanic electrolysis, and it is permanent. The process can be done anywhere on the body. Everyone's a candidate for multi-probe galvanic electrolysis.
So what are the benefits of using the Beverly Hills Hair Free method?
Traditional electrolysis only offers one probe at a time. We offer 32 probes at one time. We can treat 2 areas with one treatment. A little tiny probe is inserted into the hair follicle. The probe hits the salty tissue in your body. A chemical reaction takes place inside the follicle and destroys the stem cells that are growing the hair. The process does have to be repeated several times, but once it's done, it's permanent. If you're not a laser candidate, multi-probe galvanic electrolysis is your laser alternative. We ask our clients before treatment to please shave a few days before you come to see us, so your treatment is much more effective. The other thing we want our clients to do is aftercare. We do provide an aftercare cream, and we ask that our clients use the cream for up to 14 days because it will repair and heal the skin. Multi-probe galvanic electrolysis works on every type of hair, but the best hair is the thick, dark hair that people have trouble removing. There is no permanent damage to the skin and there's no scarring.
We've developed a technique that we call pain-free electrolysis. We inject a combination of different medications that we use that can provide anesthesia, and the patient is completely comfortable for the electrolysis procedure. It's completely safe, it's 100% effective.
Some skin and hair types may require more advanced removal solutions than what a general esthetician may be able to provide.
What we offer are low downtime skin resurfacing treatments such as microneedling and laser facials. So when we have clients that have thick hair on the face, it interferes with the actual treatment itself. It's hard to do, but also the results. I choose to send clients to Beverly Hills Hair Free because of the type of service they receive. You can't really just treat the patient. You have to always treat underlying issues of whatever's bothering them. It's nice that I was able to find this practice to send clients to so that they don't have this fear of pain that most people have experienced in the past.
I was nervous in the beginning to try electrolysis because, when you go for laser, they tell you how painful it is. Actually, I find laser a lot more painful. Electrolysis, especially, you learn your aftercare, kind of how to prepare for your appointment, very little downtime and very little pain.
BHHF offers a masterclass in multi-probe galvanic electrolysis with their hands-on training program at their Dallas location.
The training classes that we offer for multi-probe galvanic electrolysis, it's a master class in Dallas, Texas. It's roughly 200 hours, and it's a hybrid program. My goal is to have a BHHF system in every major city so that people who are looking for our method can find the Beverly Hills Hair Free system anywhere in the world and get a hair-free lifestyle.
To learn more about Beverly Hills Hair Free, visit BeverlyHillsHairFree.com or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Here's some ideas worth sharing.
Whether it's a quiet evening with a loved one, a lively dinner with friends, or a moment to celebrate life's special milestones, wine has the magical ability to uncork joy and elevate every occasion.
What we try to do here is make wine as approachable as possible. It's meant for celebration, enjoying life. People are afraid to ask questions about wine, so we try to have that attitude of like, no, ask us. I feel that we have the best and the most knowledgeable staff west of the Mississippi, if not in the nation. So it's a joy. The best thing about running this wine shop is the amazing team that I have, my colleagues. I get to be there for my clients during their special occasions and make their special occasions a little better by putting a great bottle of wine on their table.
The Wine House has been a Los Angeles staple for over 50 years and are proud to offer a vast selection of over 7,000 domestic and imported wines, spirits, and beers. In fact, their selection is one of the largest and well-curated in the country.
The Wine House has been here for about 50 years now. My father, Bill Knight, started it. My brother Glenn and myself, we now run it. And most of our staff here is seasoned veterans as well, and been here for anywhere from 5 to 20 years. The biggest thing that separates us from other wine retail stores is we have in-store tastings, and we have like over 100 different selections of wines, basically wine parties, educational seminars as well. So whether you just want to be able to taste a bunch of wine or you want to get geeky about it, we do all that.
We meet with vendors and distributors and suppliers. We have a tasting area upstairs behind our offices. We go through and we taste 50 to 75 wines a week. What I like and what the consumer likes are two different things. So I always try to think on their minds, are these wines going to be approachable enough for the clients that we have? There's obviously the staples that people enjoy, but there's always nice to consumers that come back every 3 weeks, they want to see something new or try something new.
Not sure of which wine to choose? Don't worry. Everyone at the Wine House has Wine Spirit and Education Trust certifications and are excited to help you find a new favorite rosé, Cabernet, or whatever strikes your fancy.
We're one of two, I believe, in California that are certified to teach this wine certification program called WSET. And those are held here on site. We have these huge wine events. It could be a Cabernet tasting, a champagne tasting, but we also do winemaker dinners as well. So you'll pair the wines with food. Personally, my opinion, great wine and great food go together hands down. But if you want to get more particular about what wines go with what foods, we do that as well in our dinners.
We were very excited. We brought in these machines that allows you to taste while you're buying. They're called enomatic machines. It's almost like a vending machine of wine. You put the little cart in, there's a little spigot that comes out, you put the glass underneath it, you push the little button, it's a 1 ounce pour or 2 ounce pour or 3 ounce pour. Out comes the wine, out of the machine, then it re-aerates the wine so the wine stays fresh for over a month. You taste the wines, 24 different selections. We have 3 different red sections, and then we have a whole white section and rosé as well, so you can try different wines. We always feel holidays are the time when people come together. You want to have a nice Pinot Noir or a Riesling with a turkey dish, or maybe you're going with ham and you want to do Pinot Noir and a white Burgundy. We always lead with the client and ask what they're having for their holiday celebration, and then we try to match those wines with it for them. And what we are always excited about is bringing family and friends together and enjoying a nice glass of wine.
The right wine or spirit has the power to enhance every moment. The Wine House is honored to help you make the right selection.
We have a large selection of gins, vodkas, bourbons, ryes, cognacs, armagnacs, and then on top of that, we have a huge selection of microbrews and killer beers from around the world, Germans, Belgians. Finally, we also have cheeses, cured meats, crackers, chocolates, but everything you want in a fun experience on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So we're always trying to find new ways to differentiate ourselves and to build customer loyalty. And I feel we have done that and are continuing to do that, and that's what's keeping us on top.
To learn more about the Wine House, visit winehouse.com or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Up next, What to consider when you require legal services.
Have you suffered workplace discrimination, harassment, retaliation, or wrongful termination? Hiring an employment attorney is an important step if you are facing these issues related to your job. The process can feel intimidating and overwhelming. Meet the experts from GTG Law, who have some tips on how to help make the law work for you.
Someone would need to hire an employment attorney for two main reasons. One, they're not getting paid properly, or number two, you're suffering some form of harassment, discrimination, or wrongful termination in the workplace. Here at GTG Law, we have a motto. It's called aggressive protection of your rights. What that means is that we aggressively litigate your claims. We truly care about the situation that you're encountering with your employer. We want to make sure that you understand the process and that you feel comfortable. Most people, when hiring an employment attorney or any attorney, think we're mean individuals or expensive individuals and that they can't afford to hire an attorney. The good thing about employment claims is that these claims are taken on a contingency basis, meaning you don't pay anything until we get a result.
It's important for you to understand that the law is on your side. In California, you are protected by a strong network of federal and California employment law statutes, rules, and regulations.
One aspect of employee rights in California is umbrellaed under what we call wage and hour laws. Wage and hour laws include overtime pay, meal break, rest break pay, and even if you're not receiving your actual hourly or salary pay. That's something that we here at GTG Law help employees with. In California, not all law firms practice employment law. Employment law claims include wage and hour claims and wrongful termination claims. What they do not include typically are workers' compensation claims. The main factors that you should look into when hiring an employment law attorney are how many years have they practiced specifically employment law? Do they have a team that is attentive, that answers your phone calls? What is their track record? Have they taken cases to trial and received jury verdicts? You want to make sure that they are licensed to practice in the state of California, that they've passed the California bar, attended law school at least 3 years, so they can help you with your employment claims. The benefit of hiring an employment attorney on a contingency basis is that the employee or the client doesn't need to pay the attorney a retainer or money every month to pursue these claims. Instead, the attorney gets paid on a contingency basis, meaning when there's a settlement or judgment in the client's favor, that's when the attorney gets paid for their work.
Gavril and his team offer knowledge and experience in all areas of employment law.
The first step in pursuing your employment law claim is to contact an employment law attorney. The best way to contact GTG Law is to go to our website and fill out a consultation form. Once you fill out the consultation form, an attorney or paralegal will contact you to discuss the next steps and see whether or not there are employment claims to pursue that the firm can help you with. The ultimate goal in pursuing your employment claims is to receive compensation. There are two ways you can receive compensation when pursuing your employment claims. One route is receiving an out-of-court settlement. The other route is taking your case to jury and the jury reaching a verdict to award you compensation for violation of your employment rights. In order to pursue an employment claim for discrimination, retaliation, harassment, or even wrongful termination, you need to fall under a protected class. What are typical examples of protected classes? Your gender, race, whether you have a disability, even your religion. What you can expect from us is that we will communicate with you, we will be attentive to your concerns, we will answer your questions. So although you may not speak to an attorney every day, you will speak with someone that's part of the GTG Law family. One of the most common misconceptions that we get here at GTG Law is that we handle workers' compensation claims. Another common misconception when pursuing employment law claims is that these claims resolve within a month or a day or a week. It'll take at least 2 or 3 years before you receive some sort of compensation.
Whether your matter is ultimately resolved in or out of court, the ultimate goal is to make sure that your rights and interests are protected every step of the way.
We focus on employment law claims, but we also can assist in your wrongful death claims or car accident claims. GTG Law is the perfect employment law firm because the most important result is our client's happiness.
To learn more about GTG Law, visit the website at gtglaw.org or see the segment again on thebalancingact.com.
Thanks for joining us on The Balancing Act. We'll see you next time.